All right, ready?
Yep.
You should do this, Jess. Wait,
Oh, sorry.
Give it air. Give it air.
Hi guys, welcome back to Scream Queen Stream. Y'all know me. I'm Jessica Cameron, and over here is my favorite person in the entire world, Miss Heather Dorff, and in the middle is Miss Emlee. Why don't you introduce yourself, darling?
Hi, I'm Emlee. I live in LA. I met Jess a couple months ago, I'd say. Yeah.
More.
A year.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's been a year.
More than that, because we met at
I met
Screamfest
you, like,
2015.
Oh my goodness, that's right.
Yeah.
I helped her. I was running the red carpet, so there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I feel like we really bonded the night we all went out for drinks.
We did,
True.
which is usually the case. for
Right?
us.
Add alcohol.
True.
So,
Emily's a very talented actress and writer based out of Los Angeles, California.
thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, I started with acting, started writing stuff because it's what you got to do. You got to create your own content and make sure that you're creating stuff that represents you the way you want to be seen. So.
And I happen to think she's one of the best writers, so high praise.
She's only saying that because I'm writing her next feature.
I mean, you are, or
She
you're
would
writing my
really
next
let you,
feature
right.
because
Right.
I believe that.
Yeah.
Very good point. What are we talking about today?
So this episode, we are going to talk about depression.
Oh
Dun,
goddamn, we're
dun,
starting with the
dun.
sad shit. Jesus, more alcohol.
That's the way to go. No.
Very true.
And side note, we have another special guest, which is Clark, the
Hi,
dog
Clark.
who's like hiding out.
Come here, Tweety. Come here.
And there he is.
He's enjoying his rubbins right now.
And a special shout out to Mr. Terry Smith for the mugs.
Oh.
We love them so much. Thank you so very much. They're our official drinking mug of the show.
Yep.
They
It's
do
very
look
important.
amazing. I love
Right?
this. I love how they're just
Right.
and 2 different colors and fonts.
Yeah.
It's nice and subtle because we're not. No, so lately I've been seeing a lot of posts on my timeline from Facebook and social media about people that are suffering from depression. So several things. Number one, I was like, we should get together and have a talk about it because I'm a big fan of knowledge is power. But then also, I think sometimes people think that just if you're not posting about it on social media, that you don't understand or that you don't relate to it. And I also think that, my friends, you guys on the sofa here, have all dealt with it and overcome it by various ways. And I think by sharing that, hopefully we can impact change.
Sure.
Yeah, absolutely. And I agree with you that it is misrepresented a lot, especially in the public media. I personally, it's my personal belief, everybody's experienced depression. I think we were discussing this earlier. Once you've gotten through your teenage years, you've experienced depression. So, the whole thing with depression is you're looking inward, you feel alone, you don't feel like you can reach out to anybody. But that's just not true because anyone you speak to will understand that kind of pain. And reaching out for help, I think, is one of the main ways that your friends not only can feel appreciated, but can then support you and help you and feel like a good friend to you because they're able to be there for you.
Well, I want to point out the other side of that because for one, first of all, I just want to note that if you can say I have experienced depression like once before, you're very lucky because I deal with depression, fight depression kind of all the time. It's a constant, has been a constant pretty much in my life for most of my life, and I think it's pretty normal for people to go through that. It's very normal to sometimes be happy and sometimes not, especially if you've been through a lot of stuff, or even if you haven't. It doesn't really matter. Like, we all deal with things differently. Some of us can handle more than others. It doesn't make you weak. It doesn't mean that you're losing some battle. That being said, I'm a very private person. I do not like reaching out to people. I do not like telling people when I'm struggling. I don't know why I'm that way. I wish I wasn't. I wish I could find it in myself sometimes to be more honest with people when I am upset. But I am definitely, I have to do things kind of on my own. I'm just not comfortable with bringing up a lot of stuff a lot of times. And that can make it even harder, I think, to deal with when you're that way. But that being said, whether you feel you need to reach out to someone, you should. If you feel that need, you absolutely should. And Emlee said, most people are right there with you, and some people are even waiting for someone to reach out to them so that they can bounce these ideas off each other, right? So if you do feel that need, don't be embarrassed. Reach out to someone. It's not something to be ashamed of.
Reach out to us. We're putting it out there. We've been there.
Right.
Some of us, for the past couple days, I've been experiencing depression. I'm going through it right now.
Right.
Like, we will listen.
Right.
So.
But if you are one of those people that doesn't feel, like, really, like me, I just don't like, I guess I don't like bothering people, if that makes sense. I don't like feeling like I'm, like, hindered, like, you know, just causing problems or whatever. If you're like me, there are things that you can do in order to kind of help yourself through it and kind of deal with it on your own as well, if that is your choice. So I think some of the things we're just going to talk about are the things that we do specifically to help us get through our down times. So
So what are some of the things that you do?
So I was telling you earlier, I don't really know is what's funny. So I think first and foremost, my biggest thing is I have this sort of refusal to submit. I do not want to be defeated. And that refusal keeps me putting 2 foot in front of the other every day. Even when it feels like I literally cannot stand anymore, I still somehow find a way. That has worked for me many, many times. But there's also little things I do. I really enjoy gaming. I really enjoy reading. It's something I can do privately. It's something I don't necessarily have to share with anyone. I can enjoy it on my own. So it's a really good outlet for me. And, you know, I also obviously like movies, and even like sad movies when I'm really depressed. Having a good cry can kind of make you feel a hell of a lot better. So, you know, I'll get a big tub of ice cream and watch a really inspiring but depressing movie.
Right.
And then I feel like a ton better. I'll wake up the next day and feel
That
sort
does
of
not
like,
work for me at all.
oh, I love that shit.
I don't know. I like putting on a hardcore action film and just watching things explode.
I
put on like Halloween or The Shining.
See,
No,
I think, well, and
Comfort
it's true, but
films.
watch something.
Yeah.
I don't know. I love inspiring stuff, even if it makes me cry. But the thing is, like, yeah, let yourself feel, let yourself break down if you need to break down, or get your mind off of it if that's what you need to do as well. Like they said, watch an action film. You know, do something that you love that you can do on your own or with others, and you know, get people out there. But either way, there's just tons to do. The worst thing you can do is to do nothing. Basically, is to choose to just kind of ball up and just let life pass you by. That's the thing that you don't want to do. That's the thing you want to fight against. Even though I know it's really, really hard, you have to find a way.
But I think that's a really common reaction to people in our industry as well, especially in our industry, because I feel like the entertainment industry is arguably filled with more highs and lows than other jobs.
Right.
As somebody who has worked in other careers, I do feel confident in saying that, just because, especially for those of us who are like in the position of cast, or even crew, certainly director, you know, we're in the constant position where to do our job we have to get rejected more times than we actually get accepted. You know, so think about that. You know, for those of you who are not in the industry, it's kind of like going to a job interview, but I might go to 3 or 5 of them in a day, knowing that I might not get any of them.
Every day.
And I might not get any of them because of nothing I did. I could remind the directors because of a girlfriend. Yeah, or not blonde enough, in case they know.
Or, like, I like that when
Skinny
you
enough, not old enough.
you remind him of his ex-girlfriend, right?
And you don't know. You know, so you just kind of have to, like, you know, put the best face on. So that's why I think it's so important that we do this video, because I do feel like you hear people talking about it, but they don't really talk about how do we make it better. And not that everything we say is going to work for you. I do think knowledge is power, so let's share it. So what are you doing, Emily?
Well, I think one thing that Heather briefly touched on, and I think you've mentioned before, is the power of choice. Because no matter what you do in life, no matter what state of mood you're in, you always have a choice in everything you do. Whether to turn left or to turn right when you're going down the street, it doesn't matter. And the choice to make yourself get up in the morning, like even if you're depressed, the choice to feed, you know, your dog or your cat or whatever, or the choice to go outside, get your mail, and then go on a walk. All of those things are things you can do to take yourself out of your current state of mind, do something. The thing I like to do most is to help other people. Because, and I don't do it for the thank you, I do it so that I feel that I have done something worthwhile.
Is that why you're writing my script?
Maybe. I mean, that's actually when I first started waitressing. That's actually why I started waitressing. I came home from college, was suffering from depression, and I got into the waitressing industry, and I said, I'm doing this even if it's just to help serve someone else's food and make their day a little bit brighter. It works. And I worked in a retirement home, and it turned my mood around too, because in trying to cheer them up and make them happier, I made myself happier. I would hear them say like something from a lyric from an old song in just their day-to-day conversation, and I would start singing an oldies tune because that's what I grew up with on record, and the whole dining room would start singing with me because they all knew the song because it was from their generation, and I was like, what's happening right now?
Can you do that now, even though we might not tune in?
Oh, no. Are you crazy?
So yeah, to touch on further too, about helping people, it can be little things. It can be like something Jess has noticed that I do, and I do this, is I will post a social media update when I'm like really upset. But the thing is, the tone of the update is not meant for pity, because usually I make a point to say, guys, please don't worry, I'm fine. Don't message me. You will overwhelm me because I'm introverted. I can't deal with too much at once, unfortunately. But it's not meant to be like a pity party, or it's not meant to bring people down at all. The tone of the post is literally purposefully supposed to make people identify, connect, and hopefully inspire to know that like someone else is struggling, someone else is there with them, and someone else is, again, that refusal to submit, they're fighting.
But also, I think it relieves you.
It does, no, but that's what I'm saying. So it helps me, but it also helps me because I'm helping someone else, if that makes sense. It's kind of like this twofold thing. I get to say what I need to say and make people aware without having to go directly and make it this like personal thing, but at the same time also possibly help someone else. So it's kind of like all in one. But the thing I'm very careful about, and the thing is, it's not fake, because what I'm saying, I truly believe. This is my thought process. At the point when I make a post like that, I have sat there for probably hours or a half day or days thinking about what I'm going through and how I'm going to solve it, and then that is what those posts are, is you seeing me finally come to the realization that I'm not going to let this get me down or defeat me, and then that's what you get. So it's kind of like, yeah, so that's another thing, but yeah, helping people, getting that homeless person, a new jacket or some food or whatever it may be, little things that you can do that don't hinder you, that don't take much time, effort, or money, can really help your soul.
Do you know what I love to do? I love to put money in meters that are expiring.
That's super cool.
Especially in
awesome.
this fucking
People
town
do it.
where there's like fucking, seriously, there's parking people everywhere.
You know you can get a
Everywhere.
ticket for that, right?
They haven't given it to me
haven't-
yet, and they've seen me. Let them chase me down. I will outrun you.
Cheers.
Right,
Cheers.
that's true.
I love that. I did that once, and then somebody was like, "Oh, you know that they can like," and I was like, "Why?"
I would be
They
like,
can't
ticket me.
like
I will share it everywhere. I will go to the LA Times. I will go everywhere and be like, I got a ticket because they did a nice thing.
Right, because
Right.
I was a good person.
Yeah,
Actually, I
right?
have seen people who and it made like national news.
I would
this
totally
person.
contest that. in
Yeah,
court.
no, you would, and you would win. At the end of the day, yes, you can get a ticket, but the thing is, the likelihood is very slim, and that a meter cop would be that much of an asshole. And also,
And they have to catch you, right? 'Cause
Yeah.
it's not like they know
They
what
would
car
have
is
to-
yours.
they
Right.
have to
They'd be like,
see
that
you
blonde
going
chick in the
multiple
white
ones.
shirt. I
Right.
don't know her name. She ran from me. I'm not gonna. A meter maid can be like, hey, you, come here. I'm writing you a ticket. And be like,
You'd be like,
peace
"Fuck
out.
you."
That's
Sayonara.
That's obviously Jessica Cameron, guys.
Right.
And they're all
I
like,
would
go
probably
chasing you.
I would probably Facebook Live that shit and be like, hey guys, I'm
running from the meter maid.
Things that we should do now. Go and take a bunch of
Yeah.
meters at once and like wait for them to come and then run.
Just so we can get off the.
I wonder if that's why one time I like saw one and we like made eye contact and we had a moment where she was like, you're gonna do that? I was like, yeah, I'm fucking gonna do that. And then I did it and she was like,
I
but
just
she didn't do anything. I was like, wait, but there was like a definite like exchange where I was like, it was literally out of a sitcom.
So it was red, and she saw you, and you were like,
Yeah.
"Great."
I was like, I held it up. She was like, oh. And I was like, oh.
See, being a good person puts that smile on your face right there.
It does. Oh my god, it was so fun. I was like waiting and she didn't say anything. She just went the other direction.
Right.
Depression. So As we're laughing.
Yeah, right.
See how much fun it is when you help people? No, I also, when I was in Ohio and I didn't know anyone, one of the first things I did is I started volunteering at a no-kill animal shelter. And animals, I think specifically, anything to do with animals are great. So either get your own or go to a shelter. And I remember, like, at the shelter, like, what do you want to do? There was literally people who all they did is they'd come and they'd walk dogs. And I was like, that's awesome. You know, and they even said, they're like, if you don't want to pick up the doo-doo, then you don't have to. We'll have another person do that. I was like, no, it's totally fine. There's kitten cuddlers where you, like, socialize the kittens. I was like, I just want to do this forever. But
how many cats do you have?
Shut up. That's actually why I can't do that job. Because I'm just like, just come home with me, all of you. I'm just going to dock you all. But at the time, I could walk dogs. So that's what I did. Because again, I didn't have like a need to save all the dogs, which contrary to reason.
She's now saved a dog.
I've saved a dog. But at the time, so that was so helpful for me. But the other thing, like I figure, like, focus on your happy. And I talk about this on social media sometimes. I should probably talk about it a little bit more, which is share what you love. I feel like if you share and spread negativity, gossip, bad things, it's gonna overwhelm you, whether you realize it or not, because it's immediately what you're putting out there and what people are giving you back.
Right.
But also, like, if you post a negative post, 100 people are gonna post back something negative, or 10, or whatever it is. Versus when you post positivity, you post something positive, you get that back too. And the other thing is, like, they both take the same amount of time, so why not use it to spread love and not hate? You know, I say it all the time. The other thing is, as somebody who understands marketing and promotion, you don't want to share what you don't like, because you are helping whatever that is.
Thing.
Right. You really are. Every time you post, I hate insert this, whether it be a
film,
movie,
you're promoting that thing.
You're
because
promoting
people are now going to search it. Why wouldn't
they? And there's some people who just want to be involved, so they'll watch it, they'll see it, they'll spend their money on it. So from that standpoint, I'm like, why would you ever do that? It makes no logical sense. So I believe, like, share what you love, you know, get out there and be awesome. But then I love little things. For me, it's like little things really keep me on the level, which I think is really crucial. So I love coffee. So I always make sure, like, I have whatever coffee system I'm feeling at the moment, whether it be French press or a regular coffee maker. I like discounted, really fun, like, coconut flavored coffees or hazelnut, or my dear friend sent me some high caffeinated ones that I love.
Oh, and I just want to point out that keep in mind that there is plenty of scientific research. You can look it up. John Hopkins, whatever, did it as well. Has proven fact that people who tend to drink 1 cup of caffeinated coffee a day tend to suffer less from depression.
Yep. Well, and for me, like, I know that keeps me at, like, nothing sets my day right than waking up, making a delicious cup of coffee. And the other thing is, I really like
to get out of bed in the morning.
Right. I can't even function.
No. And I love, like, coffee creamers and, like, the fancy, like, the you know, salted caramel and silk milk, silk soy milk or whatever it is.
Right.
Because I find them too sweet. But I love them. So little things like that really do a lot. And I actually just said this on the last shoot I was on. There came a time where, like, everyone's super stressed. And I was like, what we have to do is ask the key people, what is the one thing you don't have that would make you really happy? And, you know, one of our lovely DP, he was like, you know what I'd love? Because we were shooting in the house, so we didn't have it. Is a cooler filled with ice and drinks. Mm-hmm. I'd really like ice-cold drinks. Keep on, we had a fridge, so we were getting cold beverages. But there's something about an ice-cold drink that just makes him happy. Cool, great, that's so easy.
Right.
You know, so little things like that and figuring what it is for you. I love opening the windows of my apartment. Mm-hmm. I love it. It's just a little thing. Letting in the sun, letting in the air. I love it. I love being outside. So I bought a little table. So I have a little corner on my very tiny balcony area where I can go and work. So for the first 2 hours of almost every day, if I'm not auditioning or, like, on a film set, I am on my little table outside with my laptop, doing my emails and my submissions. And for those of you who don't know, if you're an actor, you submit to, like, websites. With my delicious cup of coffee, drinking my delicious coffee, and just really, like, enjoying the sunlight as I kind of come to in my pajamas outside, whatevs, and it's really great. So I think little things like that, and also, obviously, I also love a drink, but caveat to that, which is, you know, you've got to have some boundaries. Not that I'm against day drinking by any means. And if you know me, then you know that I'm not. But it's not like you want to do that every day.
You shouldn't be self-medicating. It's
no,
one thing
don't
to
self-medicate.
enjoy a glass of wine. It's another thing to be drinking a bottle a day.
Correct. It's absolutely. Or, like, enjoying with friends versus
drinking
when you're at home alone.
No.
Although sometimes
I do drink alone. I like to play some video games. It's fun. I'm just saying.
We can record that.
If I'm like really like, it's just again like hard days, and for me it's like trying to keep it through the night. Because if I'm going to do an energy drink past 7 o'clock, there has to be vodka in it. Or else I'm like, why am I drinking this?
I don't even drink an energy drink past 7 o'clock. I
I
do
do.
all night now.
Yeah, but that's what I want usually. Because I'm like, damn it, I've got 8 hours of work I have to do. How am I I'm like, nothing like turns my like frown upside down like a vodka and sugar-free energy beverage at 7 o'clock at night if I'm looking forward to like an entire night on my inbox. So sushi, another one of my like go-tos. Or a big fucking juicy burger. Amazing. That'll do so much good. It really will.
Right? And I mean, there is something to be said for sunlight. Sunlight is known to change your mood.
But let's not depress people in like Seattle or Chicago or wherever the sun really
But then you buy a light. Can't you buy,
or
buy like a
move,
fake
or
sunlight
fucking move. Here's the thing, my friends. If you are unhappy with your life, I mean, really, no. The thing is, you know what the worst thing is ever is fear. Fear is such a powerful, inhibiting thing that you should not sell into. At the end of the day, I'd rather risk it all and throw it out there and hope for the damn best and take real risks and change my life and do the things that I want to do instead of just living in this perpetual circle. Yeah. We're also scared all the time of like losing everything. It's like, what? My television, these things.
You know, and what really bothers me is like people below, I think to me it's like there's above 40 and there's below 40. And if you're below 40, that's the time where you want to take those risks.
Right!
Like before you have, and
kids,
I'm assuming you don't have children.
Yeah.
Obviously if you have children, they have to come first.
Or if they're older, or if your kids are grown. Now it's like, what's now?
Absolutely. Exactly.
Take that time
take care. Yeah, and if you don't have kids, that's the time that if you want to do something wild or crazy, like move across country or change careers or pursue something else in life, do that then. Because there will come a time in most people's lives when you have enough responsibilities where it becomes so much harder. And it's not that you can't do it then, it's just that you might have to
now people are depending on you.
It takes more planning.
It takes a lot more. And the thing is, it's it's just easier. It's easier when you don't have too many, when you only have yourself. And at the end of the day, I don't know. Every big risk I've ever taken has paid off in one way or the other. It really has. This isn't about being rich and famous and all that. It's not even about that. It's about doing what you love. You'd be surprised that when you follow what you love and you do what you love, even if you have less for it, you're so much happier.
Yes. Well, that's what I learned when I left. I had a really great paying job, for those of you who don't know, in the fashion design degree, making more than what anyone thought I would ever make at the age of 25. To the point where like my high school was like, we want you to come and speak to be like what it is to be successful, and I was miserable. So I hated my life. I hated my job. I hated my direct department I was within, with the exception of the people that were under me, ironically, because they were fucking awesome. And then the sub-departments I worked with were awesome, like marketing and everything, but the people in my little group were like vile human beings. And I was like, if this is what it needs to be successful, then count me out. Like, I'm not speaking to anyone because I'm so lost and confused.
Right.
And I started planning my escape from this corporate job. So I was like, this is hell. This is not what I want to do. Fuck the money. I get it. And even like my accountant, I kid you not, my accountant said literally, he was like, you absolutely positively cannot see your job. And compared, he was like, this is what you made from acting. And it was next to nothing. And he was like, this is what your job made. Do you realize how lucky you are to be your age making this money? You cannot leave. And I was like, tough. Looks like I need to find a new accountant. Add it to the list. Nice. And that's what I did.
No.
Yeah. But it was like, it's one of the things that I just did. I was just like, nah, this is happening. And I'll never forget, it was February 2nd, 2010. The first day of the rest of my life. Now keep in mind, I like stuck with this shitty job for like 2 years because I was like, I need savings. I knew that I wanted to go into acting full time, so I was like, I need a really great website.
You didn't just instantaneously drop your life.
Right.
That's the smartest.
And I deliberately like tried everything I could. I was like, I need to strip everything from my life. So I didn't buy food out ever. I never bought lunch. I brought my own coffee. I was like, what do I need to do to eliminate as much expenses for twofold? Number one, so I could save as much money as humanly possible until I do quit my job. And number two, so that when I do quit my job, I'm not having to quit a whole bunch of things that I like and depend on or that I'm used to. Because again, the amount of change is something that is really hard to do. So if you can like do it in baby steps, even better. It's more likely to stick. So I was like, let me give up the Starbucks. Let me give up my like Tuesday tacos, whatever, where we spend $20 at a taco place. Let me give up these things now so that 2 years from now, I'm not even going to miss them when I can't afford them. Because I know that my income, when I do leave this job, I can't do this. It's physically not possible. So let me give it up when I don't have to, so I can save that money, but also so that I'm used to it when I'm done, so that
so
I can focus on, so it's not like a big, huge thing. Because like, keep in mind too, when you have to give up, it hurts you so much. It feels like you're missing so much. So you can do that over a gradual time. So that's what I did. And I think it was so much better for that, you know?
Yeah.
Right.
So yeah, on that note, I think the main thing is changing your mindset. Little things every day, maybe one thing a day that you do differently. Setting your alarm clock 5 minutes earlier. It doesn't have to be a half hour. It doesn't have to be an hour. 5 minutes. Just wake up a little bit earlier. Make plans for yourself. Plan a good breakfast. Pre-make pancake batter so that you can get up, pour it in the pan with some water, milk, whatever. Make pancakes.
Oh, that would make me so miserable.
Everyone's different. See, that's the thing.
If it was right for you, I'd be like, fuck all that.
Dude,
I don't
right
want
for you.
pancakes.
See, that's the thing. I'm so opposite. Like, when I get in my modes, I'm like, fuck all plans, and I'm just gonna veg, right? I go straight into veg mode. So do what makes you happy, though. If it's making plans, if it's setting small goals.
I don't want to wake up 5 minutes early. Fuck that.
I want to sleep 2 hours late.
Right? I'm not gonna fucking pre-make pancake batter.
You don't cook, though.
That
You
is
don't cook,
different,
right?
right?
Your
Have you,
body's
ever,
different.
have you ever heard the fire alarm go off before you've had coffee? It's not good. It makes me very sad. And probably all my neighbors who are like, fuck this, and all my animals are like, what the fuck?
It's
I was
8
like,
o'clock
why
in the
did I
morning.
bother doing this?
Jess actually noticed something about me is the fact that I don't clean my room when I'm depressed, which I have not fucking noticed that I do. I keep my whole house clean because I have to for like job purposes, but when I'm really depressed, I will neglect my room. I will let it get trash. But again, because cleaning does not necessarily make me happy. It makes some people happy. If that's the truth, then fucking clean, you know. But if it doesn't make you happy, don't do it. Basically, if it makes you more depressed, don't do it.
And we should
It can
clarify,
hold it
her
up.
room's clean, it's just cluttered.
It's just
So
clutter.
it's like her clothing
I
is
don't
all
hang
over
up
the
my
ground.
clothes. I
It's-
leave my makeup laying
So it's not
out.
like there's like food or anything
No.
that's like a health hazard. Please, you have to take care of the health. So,
Right.
yeah,
Recognize
actually-
your own warning signs is
Right.
a big thing.
Yes, very crucial.
Don't let anything get out of hand.
And I think
basically.
have a system in place to make sure that you can live life. And I think that's actually part of why you love Airbnb. I do, because
It
it keeps
forces
it
me.
regimented, where you have to do this. There's no excuse. And I think that
It's
on
so
some level
true.
you like that. It's comforting
true.
to you.
I'm actually, so that is actually very true. I always keep kind of that professional job, that professional, like, because the thing is, nothing keeps me going more than having an absolute, but for me, having an absolute, like, I simply cannot slack on these things. If I can slack, I will. And I will let it go, and I will procrastinate and that kind of thing. So when I can't, it's great for me. It forces me to get up. It forces me to do the things I don't want to do, and I get them done. So again, though,
Why we're friends, because I like force her to do a bunch of stuff she doesn't want to do. I'm like, you have to go to this event. No, I don't. Yes, you do. No, I don't. Yes, okay.
but she knows too. She saves that shit because she knows I'll fight it. If like she knows I won't go if I don't.
When I'm
feel
selective, it's either like something where like you have it come out in a couple weeks, or it's something that is really career important,
and I
or
need to
something that I think you'll have a lot of fun.
Right.
Like I have a friend, Steven Byro, who did a Song of Solomon, where I was like, you just have to meet this guy. You're gonna love him. You're gonna hit it off. He's totally awesome. He's really important in the industry. He's got his own vibe. He's a talented filmmaker.
But she knows none of that shit will sell me. What sold me is he's really awesome, and you really should meet him. You'll like him.
Yeah.
Because that is what will sell me. And believe it or not, I did come because Jess does that. When she knows, like, I really... The thing is, she's selective about it because she knows if she bombards me, I won't come to anything.
Or if I, like, misrepresent it.
Right,
will
and then
call
I
me the next
come,
time.
and then
So,
I
like,
won't believe you. And then I won't believe you.
So it's like rare. So I use the like their awesome card rarely, because let's be honest, there's not a lot of awesome people.
No.
It's so rare that I'm like, this person's so awesome, but he was, and you had a great time, and you were like, oh my
It's
god,
very
this
true.
was the best night ever.
And he was a great guy. And that's the thing, and that matters to me. So, again, guys, here's the thing. Here's what we're saying. There is no simple solution. There is no simple solution.
There's no right or wrong.
There is no right or wrong. There is no, I'm going to flip my life in a day.
No,
like,
that's not
and
gonna happen.
trying to do that, trying to hope for that is
That gives you
gonna hurt
overwhelm.
work.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
gonna
Or
hurt you more
the
than anything.
expectation is going to send you into such a downward spiral.
You're going to go the
Like,
other way.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for checking out Scream Queen Stream. We hope you loved it as much as we do.
If you want to see more of our videos, check out our YouTube page. And while you're there, how about you subscribe? You want to see more? Just tweet us. Find us on Facebook. Join in on the fun.
And most importantly, if you really want to join us on this crazy ride, check out our Patreon page and become a patron for amazing, awesome perks that we give out monthly.
As well as early access to all of our videos.
Free giveaways.
And a whole lot more fun shit.
So check it out.
We'll see you there.
Stay bloody.
You stole my tagline.
I did.
You're a horrible friend.